Hey guys, it's Sheila here with Cheer Zone. We are getting really close to our first competition, and it is almost competition season, and this is the time that all of you have looked forward to and been working hard to get to, and it is almost here. So I wanted to kind of do a different type of video. This is more for our parents. This is kind of what you should be preparing for if you're a first-time cheer mom or dad or grandparent, and you're kind of like, I don't know what to do. This video is definitely going to be for you. So let's talk about the days leading up to your first event. Make sure that you are prepared. Make sure that you have all of their uniform items, top and bottoms or skirt. Make sure that you have their proper socks that they need. Refer to your email that you got from your All-Star director. Make sure that you have their shoes that are nice and clean, everything's good. Also make sure that you have their hair accessories, and if they have a cheer bag that they bring with them, like a book bag, make sure you have all of their items ready days before, because it never fails. Someone texts me the morning of competition, I can't find my bow. And that's really something that you should do way before. You should never just wake up the morning of looking for your uniform. You should always be responsible, and I think you can learn that at a very young age, and have your items laid out days before, literally days before. The next thing I'm going to suggest, and this is something maybe you wouldn't think about, but get your mom bag ready, or dad bag, or grandparent bag, or whatever role you are, but get your bag ready in advance. And what I mean by that is you're going to need to have your essentials with you on that day, because it's sometimes a long day, a quick day, a stressful day. And some items that I definitely think you should have would definitely be like a pain reliever, whether it be for you, your kid, so chewable, liquid, or pill. Make sure you bring an Imodium. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but sometimes some kids, their tummies can get upset for being nervous, or sometimes parents' tummies can get upset from being nervous, so always pack an Imodium in your bag. It'll stop you right up super fast. I definitely also suggest ponytail holders extra, bobby pins extra, hairspray, any sort of hair gel or stick that you need. Definitely make sure that you have deodorant in your bag for your kiddo. Make sure you have cell phone chargers, and I would even invest in some battery charge, like the portable chargers for your cell phone, because your cell phone will drain. You're constantly gonna be looking at it. You're constantly checking where to be, what's going on, any updates. So definitely make sure you have either portable chargers and or regular chargers. Also make sure, now some competitions will check your bag before you go in, but if you have an area that you can poke a couple of snacks in there, great. Now obviously not full on bag lunches, but just some quick little snacks. You usually can bring in a water bottle. I also suggest packing some additional snacks in your vehicle, something that you can run out and grab real quick if you need to, if you have time in between. The concession stands are usually really junk food, depends on the venue, and they're overly priced terribly. So I usually throw some snacks in my car and just run out, grab a few, and come back. Now they do sometimes have some good concession options, but just try to plan ahead, bring a few snacks and a few drinks to keep in your vehicle if you need to go run out and get that. Now, the day of, obviously the pretty apparent things, make sure you wake up early. So if you're one who struggles in the morning to get up, set 3 alarms. Have a friend phone you if you need be, to make sure you're up. If you need a wake-up call from me, let me know. I'm happy to call you. Make sure that you try to keep your morning as calm and less chaotic as possible. Some people, I think, in their everyday lives, maybe they're more high energy or more low energy or more calm or whatever. So just make sure that you make that morning for your athlete calm and relaxed, and make it a fun experience, because a lot of times in the mornings, whenever you're trying to get your kids' makeup done, hair done, and they're maybe kind of giving you some pushback, try to stay calm and try to make that morning as relaxed and chill as you can, because there are already a lot of high nerves going on. So try to keep that morning as low key as you can. Make sure your kiddo's eating something for breakfast. If they're not a breakfast eater, just at least throw something in the car so that they can munch on something. And if they're definitely going to need some breakfast, make sure that you get up at enough time to do that, to get something to eat. So whenever your kiddo gets dressed, you do their hair and makeup, make sure that you leave the house with everything that you may need, okay? Make sure you have all of your items already packed in your bag. Make sure your kid has all their things packed in their bag, and you're ready to go. Whatever your report time is, that is not when you're coming in on 2 wheels on the to the venue. That means you're parked, you have minutes to spare, you're walking in, you're looking around, you're checking everything out. give yourself, whatever the report time is, give yourself an extra 30 minutes, okay? Because it never fails. There's going to be, you can go ahead and count on a line to get into the venue, okay? There's going to be. It's never just come in, park, and go. So you need to allow for traffic getting into the venue, traffic getting out of the venue, traffic parking, trying to find a parking spot and then walking forever to get to the venue. When you get in the venue, you're going to need to find out where to go. So please, please, please do not think the report time is when you just walk in the building or parking. You need to be getting to where you need to be at report time, reporting to your team mom at report time. So once you get there, you will check in with your team mom. This is the time, and it's going to be different for each team. So make sure that you check your group meets. That's going to be your main point of contact with your team mom. They will usually, when they get there and they get themselves together, they will designate a spot of where they want you to meet them. And please go and actually show them, hi, we're here checking in for Susie, so that they're not looking for you, because at some of these people do not know your name, what your kid's name is. They don't know who you represent. So please make sure that you actually physically go up to your team mom and say, hey, I'm here. Once you check in, at that time, it's going to be the coaches will sometimes take the kids off and go ahead and start stretching them. So I also want to make sure that you know that report time, that is absolutely not get ready time, okay? So if you're one of those who struggles to get ready and get out of the house, this is the one day that I need you to really not be that person. I need you to be extra early on it. So when you get to the venue, it never fails. There's always sometimes whenever it's report time and the coaches are like, hey, it's time to go, let's come on, and we're just starting to stretch the kids, and somebody's putting their makeup on or somebody's getting their hair done. Those are things that you as the parent need to plan ahead of time. If you need someone to do your makeup, plan that 30 minutes before your report time, not at report time. If you need someone to do your hair, that's perfectly fine. Get someone to do that before the report time. I will tell you that whenever it's report time and when the coaches come to pull the kids, we will pull them. If you're not done with hair and makeup, that's gonna be an issue, because we're gonna pull the kids to go and stretch. So please make sure that you don't added like anxiety and stress to that morning by not doing your job before you get to the venue. Things happen. I know sometimes we run late, but if that's going on, make sure that you just, if you have that extra buffer time, if you do need to do the makeup there, get there early so that you can do what you need to do before the report time. Because when coaches say, all right, it's time to go, that's go time. After the coaches take the kiddos from the meeting spot, you can kind of usually hang around, but we do ask that whenever the coaches kind of pull the kids off, that's their time, that you kind of stand back. You can still kind of be in the general area, but don't be on top of them. Let them have that moment, because they're probably going to be talking to the team, getting them pumped up, getting their minds focused on team. And we usually need them away from the parents during that time so that we can really start to discuss like strategic things, how we want things to happen, what we expect of them, kind of how the day is going to go, and just kind of get their minds into what's happening. So just kind of make sure you stay back. Then at that point, you will then head into the venue to get seated and get where you need to be, and then you'll just follow the schedule that we sent out as far as their performance time. Then after they perform, they will be with the coaches, and the coaches will bring them back out to you. There will be a meeting point where the coach will pass them back off, and then the only other thing that'll need to happen after that is after we get the kids back to you after they perform, then you'll need to be back for their awards time, and that is mandatory. So please make sure that your kid is back for awards time. There are some other details that will happen along the way, but as far as like the biggest point of advice that I could give you for competition day is be prepared. If you know that you're one who sometimes may run a little bit tardy, then on that day, give yourself ample time, and I mean an hour extra, to get whatever you need to get done, because what I find is the ones who have the very best experience, they're not rushed. It's easy. They know what's going on. They don't feel flustered, because whether we realize it or not, when we're flustered, we pass that on to our kids, and then they feel flustered, and sometimes they're not able to really have their experience that they need to as well. So let's do our job as parents to make sure that we're setting the day up for them properly so that they can have the very best experience possible. If you have any direct questions, feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to help you, and I hope you'll have a great afternoon. Thanks.